Now the distance of that P point from Z axis is this. Okay, suppose this distance is r. Now we calculate the distance of P or dm from x axis. This distance is equal to, from x axis the point P is located at distance y. Okay, distance of point P from y axis, which is equal to, from y axis it is equal to x. The distance of point P from the z axis. So how it is calculated? It is calculated by using trigonometry or resultant of these three vectors. So if you see this triangle OMP, then angle OMP is right angle triangle. So we use here Pythagoras. So r square is equal to x square plus y square. So r is equal to square root of x square plus y square. So from the z axis the distance of point P is r, which is equal to square root of x square plus y square. So now let ix, iy and iz are the moment of inertia of body about x-axis, moment of inertia of a body about y-axis, and moment of inertia of a body about z-axis respectively. So I want to calculate the moment of inertia of a body about x-axis, about this x-axis. So mass is situated here at P point having magnitude dm, and the perpendicular distance from x-axis is y. So moment of inertia of that body about x-axis is equal to integration of mass of that point, that is dm, and perpendicular distance square, that is pm square, which is again equal to integration of pm means y, pm is equal to y. So y square into dm, this is first equation. Okay, similarly I want to calculate the moment of inertia of the same body about y-axis. So iy is equal to integration of dm, mass is situated here, the distance of mass from the axis of rotation is x square, that is pn square, which is equal to integration of x square into dm. So let it be equation number second. Now we want to calculate the moment of inertia of a same body about axis z axis, which is perpendicular to the plane of that lamina. So how it is calculated? See, Iz is equal to integration of the mass of point is dm, and perpendicular distance of that mass P from the axis of rotation is r is equal to root of x square plus y square. So this can be written as root of x square plus y square, this square. So again Iz is equal to integration of dm into square root and square get cancelled, and we simply get here x square plus y square. Okay, so by solving this equation, Iz is equal to integration of x square dm plus integration of y square dm. So now Iz is equal to integration of x square dm. We have value here, x square dm is nothing but iy. Okay, so integration of x square dm, we put iy here, plus integration of y square dm, we can put ix here. Okay, so we get the principle of perpendicular axis theorem. Iz is equal to iy plus ix. So what it tells, see, uh, the moment of inertia of any body about a perpendicular axis or z axis, which is perpendicular to its plane lamina, is calculated by addition of moment of inertia of a same body about x-axis and y-axis respectively, a sum of moment of inertia of that body about its two mutually perpendicular axes, which are in a same plane, okay, and the z axis is perpendicular to both these planes, and again these x, y and z axes are concurrent to each other. So Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. It is a theorem of perpendicular axis. It states that moment of inertia of any body about z axis or perpendicular axis is equal to summation of moment of inertia of that body about x axis and moment of inertia of same body about y axis. Okay, so in a table number 3 in your textbook at the last, you see there are different shapes, different bodies having moment of inertia is calculated about perpendicular axes, okay, as well as parallel axis theorem. So by using parallel axis and perpendicular axis theorem, we can calculate the moment of inertia of different bodies about different axis of rotations or parallel axis of rotations and perpendicular axis of rotations respectively. Okay, thank you.